Hey guys, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. I'm trying to grow my channel. How's it going? I haven't been on here in a minute, but you guys know it is prom season, graduation season, barbecue season, and all that fun stuff. So my girlfriend was like, "Can you make me some pepper shrimp?" I said, "Absolutely." So let's get to it. We got some jerk seasoning, allspice, obey, cayenne pepper. Anything red, just go ahead and throw it in. Actually, some Larry seasoning would probably be good for this too, but I didn't have any. So we're gonna cut up our veggies. We're gonna cut up a yellow onion or a white onion. We're gonna dice up some garlic, scallion, and thyme, and of course our scotch bonnet pepper. If you want to mix it up like with a habanero pepper or ghost pepper or whatever, I mean, I try to stick to Jamaican recipes, so I use the scotch bonnet. You kind of want to get them fresh because after a while they kind of go dull. I used some that I had in my freezer. I'm just being honest, so it is what it is. So I chopped up my onions. Listen, if you had a chopper, you could just go and put this in the chopper and do it, but I was just doing this really fast. So I just cut up one yellow onion. So usually my pepper shrimp, I like to do it with the head on, but my friend preferred head off, so I just bought them already with the head off, so it's just less work for me. But usually most Jamaican pepper shrimp would have the head on it. Okay, and then slicing up my scallions like so. I'm going to fry this in a Dutch pot. I already turned my Dutch pot on. I threw a little oil in there already. So that's already hot. Here's my scotch bonnet peppers. They don't really burn my hands, but if you're using scotch bonnet pepper, you probably want to put on some gloves. You probably want to season your shrimp, leave it in the fridge for a couple of hours, or you could do it overnight, whatever you like. You could use red scotch bonnet, green, yellow. Just chop them up. The pepper's really in the seeds. Just gonna cut all of that up like so. Let me know in the comments how you guys like your shrimp. The other day I did some fried shrimp. Sometimes I do Alfredo over pasta, but this was a request. So you just want to like be very generous with the seasoning. I season it on top. Then I turn it over. If you have paprika, I guess you could use some paprika, but anything like red is good. So this is cayenne, allspice, um, jerk seasoning. If you really want it peppery, you could put some jerk pepper in there as well. That was cayenne. I had cayenne. It's gonna be really spicy. They don't call it pepper shrimp. Anyway, I suggest you drink a lot of water with this meal. It's an appetizer. You're not supposed to eat a lot, but it's like 4 or 5. Because shrimp gives you high cholesterol. Anyway, you could serve it room temperature. It's probably the best. You don't want to eat it hot. It could be cold or room temperature. That would be, and most people in Jamaica, they eat it with a hard dough bread. And so I'm just gonna, that was the garlic. If you have fresh garlic, you could cut up fresh garlic. I didn't have any. And I'm actually gonna make a tutorial how I make garlic paste. I think I'm gonna do one with garlic paste. Then you're just gonna turn it over. So see how the other side, the shrimp is like really white? That's the shell. So I'm going to season it again. I actually did put some salt. If you have Larry seasoning, it's really good too. And I'm just seasoning it again because I want it to have that really nice, I want the shell to be coated with seasoning. Now, you're not going to eat the shell. You're just going to suck the shell, suck the juice, suck the flavors. You're going to take the shell off and then you're going to eat the shrimp, right? So that's why you really want this to marinate for a couple of hours. So my Dutch pot at this time, my Dutch pot is getting warm. Like I said, guys, let me know how do you eat your pepper shrimp. What do you season it with? Do you leave the head on? What do you do? So there's all my veggies. I'm going to throw that in there. That's the scallion, the onion, the garlic, all the scotch bonnet peppers. Like I said, this is 2 pounds of shrimp. I season it up. I put the Dutch pot on high. And then it's really only going to take about 3 minutes. You're going to turn it over. In the pot, I do add a little vinegar to give it a kick. I don't know what other people do. I don't know if they use seafood broth, or if they put water. Yeah, salt's always good for seafood. I threw some salt in there. There's my thyme. I put vinegar. I don't know, but you can do what you want. Try it a couple times. If it needs more pepper, add more pepper. If it's too peppery, then add some water. There's my Dutch pot. I'm gonna throw my shrimp in. This cooks really, really fast. I think everybody's gonna really love it. I think this is gonna be a hit tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. You know, I just boiled this on a high flame. Like you know, the Dutch pot is good, or if you have a wok, because it distributes the heat all over. Like so. I did add a little food coloring so you could get it really, really red. That's why the pepper shrimp comes out really red. That's the trick we do. Then maybe they don't tell you, but because when you buy shrimp, it's really not that red. And there you go. There goes my 2 pounds of pepper shrimp, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you like it. And it's gonna be really spicy, spicy, spicy. Yummy, guys. Enjoy. See you later. Bye-bye.